Hi, in this video I'm just want to share with you the books that I've been reading. I'm not finished with them, but I'm almost done. Like this one I have like a little bit more left to read. Like um but I'm reading Other Bennett's Sister by Janice Hadlow, and it's like based on Pride and Prejudice, but it's about the sister Mary, who you don't really hear much about. Um, she's kind of like the plain sister that um, is sort of a comic kind of character. Like um, she's very serious and she reads a lot, and she doesn't have any suitors going after her or anything. Um, and this is her story, like her point of view of what's happening during Pride and Prejudice, and then what happens afterwards. Like um, she goes and lives with Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, and she sort of, it's like finding herself. Like her character develops, and then getting her love story. And I think it's gonna end good. I don't know yet though. I'm at a point that's kind of frustrating in the story because I want it to have a happy ending, but I'm not exactly sure if it will end happy. Um, but I thought the book was really good. I thought it was really well written. And the characters just seem so real to me, and it really seems like a Jane Austen book the way it's written. Um, but I felt really unhappy for her. I felt really sorry for her. Like, she was kind of bullied in it, and I just, I think that I'm not sure if I really enjoyed reading it because I cared so much about Mary, and there is part of the book that is happy, and I felt really good for her. Um, but the parts that were like sad and frustrating, like I didn't really like that part. But I think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars when I'm finished reading it. But if you like Jane Austen and this kind of literature, I think you would like this book. Um, so that's that one. And then I am reading Namesake by Adrienne Young, and this is a duology. Um, I read the first book is called Fable, and I really liked it. So much so that I ran out and went to the library and got the second book in the series. I think there's only 2 books in the series, but there's a prequel that's about the main character's father called Saint. And then there's another book I saw on Amazon that it takes place in this world because it's not like our world, it's like a made up world by the author. And yeah, so there's a standalone novel that takes place in this world, but I don't think there's similar characters in that. But I liked the first one, and the fable ended on a cliffhanger, so it makes you want to go out and get the second book. Um, and I won't say what happens, but it just makes you want to read the next book. And it's sort of like Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of, because it's like you're on a ship and they're sailing, and there's like bad guys, and um, there's not pirates, but there's just kind of shifty characters, and the girl is a gem sage, which is like she has intuitive powers where she kind of feels the gems, and she can find them, and the dredgers are the ones that dive into the ocean, and um and they, dig out the gems, and then they sell the gems. And um, so she, her father, like, leaves her on an island, and she's supposed to, like, fend for herself. And so what she wants to do is she wants to get off the island and travel in a ship, and find her father, and then get back what she feels like she her inheritance, and so um she it's sort of like there's a love story, and it's kind of like found family, I think, is what you would call it, where she finds like a group of friends, and they're like her family. um and So I liked the first book, and this is the second book. I'm almost done with this one too. I just have like a little bit left to go. But again, like this book, I'm like really frustrated. It's like I wanted to have a good ending, but things aren't going right, and like it feels like there's going to be another book in the series, but I know that it's a duology, so I don't really know how it's gonna wrap up in the end. Um, and also, to be honest, I'm a little confused about what's happening, cause and I don't know if it's because I'm just not really being smart about it, or what my problem is, but I'm kind of like not really following the deals that people are making with one another, and um, it's basically like people wanting to be in power and get the upper hand, and like people are not getting along. Like her friends and her found family thing are not like, they're like mad at her, and it's just not going well. So I'm feeling frustrated reading this book. So I don't know if I like the second one as much as the first one. um but it's sort of like this, it's sort of like the Jane Austen type book. I feel like really into the world and the characters, and the story seems real to me. So that's how I know it's like a good book, but I don't like the feelings of like um the unhappy feelings that I get from it, I guess. So I don't really know how to feel about it. How I feel about it. I don't know if I would recommend it. Um but yeah. I'm just kind of confused. And so then going into the fall, I want to read like kind of like ghost books and witches and like spooky books, vampires and stuff like that. So I got A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, and um, I don't know a lot about this book. I just know that it's like the main character is a witch, but she doesn't want to practice magic. She wants to just be like, you know, she's a professor in Oxford, and she wants to be like a regular researcher, professor. I don't know if she's a professor, but I know she's doing research on like the science, and but she ends up discovering a magical book, and and then an adventure happens, and in this world there's humans, and there's witches and vampires and demons, I think. And the humans don't really know that the other magical things exist. Um, if I remember right, that's how it goes. But because I read to chapter 4 last year, and then I stopped reading. So I'm starting over again. And from what I remember, um, there's a man that's a vampire, and um, he wants the magical book. Um, and just from reading the back, just from reading the back of the book, and from listening to reviews, I think there's a love story between the main character that's a witch and the vampire. And like in this world, witches and vampires don't mix. They're not supposed to be together. But there's like a romance between them. And I think this is the first book in a trilogy or a series of books. But this is also was made into a TV series on AMC that was supposed to be really good, and I haven't seen it. I've just watched the preview, and it looks really good. But I think I want to read the books before I watch the TV series. But it's really so far it's really a good book. So I want to read this over the. See what this says in the back. There's like, so I think it's a trilogy. But I may be wrong. Maybe more than 3. I don't know. So it's gotten a lot of good reviews, and so I think it'll be a good book. And then I've been reading graphic novels. So the one I just finished reading was so cute. It's called Unfamiliar by Haley Newsome. And this book was so funny and cute. It's about a kitchen witch, and she has to move, and her new home is haunted. It's full of ghosts. She doesn't know what to do about it because she's not that good of a, I mean, she's a kitchen witch, so she's better at like cooking and stuff. But she makes friends with different characters, and she's just trying to like get some help, so get people like to, these are the characters in here. Sorry. Trying to get help to get her house so it's not haunted anymore. But the the eyes are really expressive, and so like part of the cartoon is like looking in their eyes to see how they're feeling. And it's, yeah, it's just, it was a really fast read, and it was really cute. And I think there's like going to be more than one books in this series. So yeah, I really liked it. And the book I'm reading now is called The OK Witch, and it just looks like this. And so far, what's happening is this girl, she's sort of like she doesn't have any friends at school, and she just doesn't really fit in. There's a new boy in school that is friends with her, and he seems really nice. But yeah, this is what the inside looks like. But she gets really upset one day, and she realizes she has like magic powers. And she comes home, and her mom tells her, yeah, we're witches. And she's like, why didn't you tell me that? But yeah, so you kind of hear, she kind of learns the history of the witches, and that they were burned at the stake and stuff. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting book. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know. I'm just like on chapter 3 or something. What's the chapter? I'm on chapter 6. So I'm not through with it yet, but it's really cute. All these graphic novels, I was watching Liv's Library on YouTube, and she was recommending all these different kinds of books to read in the fall. And when she got to the graphic novels, I really thought, that sounds like a fun time to get a bunch of graphic novels at the library and, um, you know, read those alongside the other books I want to read. So this is another book that I got. It's called Over My Dead Body by Sweeney Boo. And this is supposed to be like, kind of like Harry Potter, because it takes place in a school, but instead of wizards, they're witches. And the pictures are really beautiful. But I started reading this, and it was kind of shocking to me because there's like a murder that happens right away. I mean, I got this from the teen section of the library, so it's not like a children's book, but it just seems kind of dark to me. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but the pictures are really beautiful. So there's that one, and this one is called Anya's Ghost, and it's by Vera Brosgol. And Neil Gaiman said it's a masterpiece, and he's a really good author. But this is like kind of black and white and gray colors schemes. So I haven't started this one yet. I just know that I think the main character falls into a well, and when she comes out, she has like a ghost or a demon or something like attached to her that's kind of haunting her, and it's not a good person, it's not a good being. And she's like, I don't know if she's depressed or what happens, but yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this one, but this was recommended by Liv. Yeah, Liv. It was recommended by her, so I think that if she liked it, then maybe I'll like it too. But yeah, and then the other books that I'm thinking of getting are that I want to read are, I should do another video on those books, but can't remember now what the names of the books are. But the next time I go to the library, maybe I'll make another video if you guys are interested. So I hope this video was interesting to you if you like reading books and stuff like that. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.